this meeting's over, the heat's going off again.
Well, it'll get hot here, don't worry.
It's gonna get
It'll
hot. I see Commissioner Parker making his way in here,
He was in the parking lot when I got here.
slowly. Oh, now he's decided he's coming in.
Make sure you say hello to the Alberta, Canada separatists.
I'm thinking no.
Well, they're watching. They're hoping to be the 51st state
Okay.
and have their
I'm
rights
not going
returned.
there. I'm not going there.
Okay, you don't have to. They know you support.
That's not an issue for me.
I got enough problems. I'm in Canada on my
How are we
case.
gonna do 51 stars?
County Commission has to weigh in.
Just a sticker. Just put a sticker on it.
They'll just have to change the.
No, Alberta, they're good people in Alberta. You don't want the people in the East Coast. No offense.
Bringing all the milk crates down.
Stale stuff. I think we're gonna hold off on the last thing, which is
They're
the.
getting
Can I have a cigarette?
ready, right?
Until
Gotta have that
they can work out the
Can I have that cigarette?
That's a good
Before-
idea.
Just give Bartlett a chance to work it
You don't
out.
smoke.
There's your copy for you.
High school.
You're welcome.
High school and early 20s.
Morning.
Good morning, Harold.
Yeah, we had a smoking
Where you
section
sneaking?
in ours.
I saw you come.
Yeah.
Sneaking in under the wire.
Well, I was fascinated. I was watching somebody use DigSafe over here.
Exactly
And I was looking at the
8:30.
size of that generator that could run a small city over there. And I questioned myself, why the hell do we need the pellet boiler? It's just a question.
I'm just checking on the chairs.
Because it's already there.
Hot damn, yes, thank you.
Already there.
That's it.
All right, it's 8:30. It's 8:31, actually. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the October 27th meeting at Carroll County Commissioners. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Just job in politics. All you have to say is aye. Everybody takes a vote.
Exactly. Let's see, I don't see any media.
Doesn't mean they're not here.
They may be. Public comment.
Oh, God. Oh, well, look at this. We rearranged everything.
Yes, Fred Kane from Wolfboro. Last week when we met, I listened to the administrator talk on the staff and all, and he said they were down 25 nursing staff, and he referred to per diem and gone back to school. Well, you know, that's August, September, and, you know, here we are in October, and we're down 25 staff. And he also mentioned L&A Health Careers. They were got an email about putting a trainer in-house over here. The Director of Quality that we pay $109,292.70 plus benefits, in her job description is education. The previous employee that held that, well, it used to be the Assistant Director of Nursing, did that program over here in-house, so I don't know why we'd have to hire somebody outside L&A Careers to bring them in here to do it when we have a Director of Quality that in her job description is education, should be doing that. It also states in her job description that it's 5 days a week, 8 to 4. And I'm curious, is she there 5 days a week? Why couldn't she do that training over there if she's there 5 days a week? So, you know, I think it needs to be done in-house. I've been talking about staffing and the nursing staffing down 25. I understand from 3 to 11 from a family member or resident, he said almost all the staff are agency from 3 to 11, which is concerning, and I do think that needs to be addressed. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Fred. Dallas.
Yeah, this may have something to do and may not. I was listening to the news, which I don't trust the news anymore, but I noticed that Social Security is only getting a 2.8% increase for the cost of living, even though their insurance is going up. So they're actually not getting anything. But yet everybody's
We're painfully aware.
Yeah, so
We're painfully aware of that.
we're in budget season right now, so, and I'm sure you are. What I want to see everybody else's cost of living not rise any higher, or our budget shouldn't go any higher than the 2.8% that the government says is, Social Security is. Everybody else's budget seems to be raising at least 3.5%, which is a lot more than what everybody's getting. So, as you're going through the budget process, just keep it in mind that, these people are not getting any more than 2.8%, which is ridiculous. Our government, I don't know what they're doing, but these people should be getting a lot more than that. So, I just wanted to bring it up while you're going through the budget process.
Thank you. I don't see any more public comment. So, next on the agenda at 9 o'clock is the solar committee. Is the solar committee ready now?
I'm ready, if you want.
That's Mr. Wharton Sinkler is our chairman,
Did you get,
and Bob Murray, our facilities director.
the handout that I sent?
It's in your packet.
It's in the packet, yeah.
have
And I haven't had a
copies
chance
for
to
you.
read it.
I have copies for you here.
Oh, thank you.
And I also have a handout from, okay, so,
Yeah, I got it.
you got it?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, fine. Anybody else need a copy? Gene, you have one?
Oh, I assume
He
it's
has
in
one
there.
in there.
Okay.
I'll find it.
This is something I did not circulate, but I've made copies for you. This is a pro forma estimate from Revision Energy, which sort of parallels a lot of what I'm going to go over here in the brief presentation that I put together. So the first slide, the first page is really background about what we use at the county complex in terms of electric power and how it breaks down into actual cost of power and then additional fees and demand charges. You can see that we spend about 410 grand a year on electric power for 2.3 gigawatt hours of electricity. On the face of it, I think Carroll County, because it has a large load and it has a lot of space, those two things put together just very, from sort of the 35,000 foot level are a real opportunity for savings from solar generation at this site. Now to dig into the details, I want to say something about what are demand charges. Demand charges are for the maximum wattage used during a particular month for, I think, 15 minutes or maybe it's a half an hour. So if your load is drawing, 100 kilowatts for half an hour, then your highest demand of the month is that 100 kilowatts, and you're charged extra for that high demand. And that's because the power company has to dimension its equipment and its lines to satisfy that peak demand. So the peak demand is an expense to the county, and I'll come back to that when I get into the details of the solar scenarios that we looked into. So on the following slide, any questions or comments? I mean, feel free to interrupt me if you're.
No, I'm
You have
assuming,
questions.
Bob, you gave him the numbers on the.
Oh, yeah,
Usage,
I was involved in every aspect of this.
Yep. And as well as three other members of the team. So the two scenarios, we looked at the possibility of a larger solar array, given the size of the load, and the fact that there's economies of scales to be gained. This was something that, obviously has some attraction. It would have been a bigger area. So we would have had to find, potentially some hayfield over to the west of the complex, or potentially, making space for, by removing some trees. A 1 to 1.5 megawatt array would have taken about 5 to 8 acres, but it would have provided something like 50% or more than 50% of the electricity for the whole site. So significant savings. We did not get very far on this because two factors. One is that Eversource will not pay for exported power, will not compensate us for exported power unless we buy power directly from them, which we do not. So we have a third-party supplier. We have a contract that's very advantageous for the county. We would not choose to go off of that and go to an Eversource, purchasing from Eversource. And a large array like that would by necessity have needed to export a significant amount of power. So not being compensated for it is pretty much of a showstopper. The other is that the lines onto the site are ostensibly booked up, have about 200 kilowatts of free capacity. So a 1 megawatt array would have been too big to be handled by those lines. I mean, some of this is very cautious engineering, because if you're generating on site and consuming at the same time on site, you're not using the lines at all. But the way Eversource would handle a calculation like that, they sort of assume that at the same time that you have your maximum load stressing the system, you're also exporting a megawatt of power, which is not really reasonable, but it's, like I said, they want to cover themselves for all contingencies. So that's off the table for the time being because of the line capacity and the niceties of our third-party power contract. So with that, we turn to the potential for a smaller system. This would cover something like 100 kilowatts. It would involve something on the order of 230 panels or something. It would be attached at the, behind the meter at one of the larger loads on the site. And the loads are listed on that first page. Mountain View Community is the biggest, and the jail is the second biggest. The jail has some space south of it, which is hayfield and also sort of a brush-covered escarpment just south of the jail, which would make a reasonable choice because it's not really being used for anything else. So we looked at some of the numbers of what that would provide to the county. It would generate about 150,000 kilowatt hours a year. That's about 20% of the jail's electric demand. Assuming that it would displace retail power, the total charge for retail power that we're paying right now is 11.72 cents. And then another 3 cents for renewable energy certificates. And if you calculate that at 150,000 kilowatt hours a year, you get $22,000 a year of savings. So this would reduce the power bill at the jail by 22 grand a year, which is about a little over 17% of the total bill for power of that facility. We don't have real quotes. We have some estimates of costs. We're, bracketing the sort of low and high points at 325 grand to 420 grand. That's the book price. That would be a simple payback time at 22,000 a year of 14.7 to 19 years. There is a federal incentive of 30% currently on the books. It is going to expire next summer. It requires a 5% expenditure on the project by July 4th, 2026. So there is time to get going and have a project qualify for those subsidies. That brings the price down 30%, so 228 grand to 294 grand is the bracket, and the simple payback time is 10.3 to 13.4 years using those numbers. So we think as a team that the small solar array is deserving of further work and attention. I put some pictures of where the solar array might go adjacent to the jail on the next slide. You're talking about racking of about, maybe 300 plus feet linear of racking to accommodate the panels to generate 100 kilowatts. And you can see where where this would go. The meter is behind the building, it's north of the building, so you would need to trench up to that incoming meter for net metering. And other than that, I think the space is underutilized and available, and there's not much of a problem siting something in that location. So that really is our recommendation. As far as our best case solar project for the county at this time point. And the step that we would recommend be taken is an RFP to get some real quote numbers for what a system like this would cost, and how, design, that would be up to the vendor to propose a design around sort of general guidelines that we would give them. If we got proposals in the door by the end of by early December, that would definitely give us time to have qualification for the 30% federal incentive. The benefits are really the annual savings of $22,000 on the power bill of the jail. Another benefit is, seeing how this works, gaining experience. Because there is a large opportunity here, I think it makes sense to put something in the ground and see over a few years' time what it delivers in terms of benefits for the county as a pilot project. There are reasons why electric power demand will increase, things like data centers, electrification of transportation, more heat pumps relative to propane and oil heat. So those pressures on the electric system are, it makes sense that will put upward pressure on rates. I think that is something that you're seeing already in some locations. So, and there may be, increased demand here on the site. So to mitigate some of those increasing costs, if you project out, this is an opportunity to act now to cut a little bit out of those added costs. There's really no risk of an RFP because there's no expense for the county. So the decision that the near-term decision is really just the RFP, and that doesn't entail any risk. There are other risks. I mean, the projected value depends on power rates. There are reasons to expect, just by inflation that the rates will increase, but they may fall. If they fall, the project doesn't look as good on paper. In a way, the county itself gains if rates fall. So because power is less expensive, so the total power bill goes down. So in a sense, this is sort of like a peak shaving and valley filling mechanism that adding solar provides to the county, because you sort of don't, if rates fall, you gain overall, but the project itself doesn't look as good. if rates go up. The project looks very smart, but unfortunately, there's more cost for the county on the macro scale. The federal rebate has been slow. People who've done this have found that it can take up to a year and a half after project completion to get the money. So that's a caveat that the capital situation gets complicated by that offset in time between the purchase and the 30% rebate. So that's something to keep in mind in terms of doing this project. There's also, there will be some rules regarding foreign entities of concern, and in qualifying for the 30% rebate, some foreign entities of concern may be excluded. So products from certain countries may be excluded, but the guidance on that has not been issued. So that is a risk at this point, just something to be aware of. If an order is placed before the end of this year, so in other words, if the plans are firm by a year's end, then that issue is avoided completely. So that would require very, very rapid action to accomplish. And then the final slide is a financing example that I put together. There's more financing examples in the revision handout. They're slightly different, but they're overlapping to some extent. This would be a 15-year loan from Community Development Finance Authority, CDFA, New Hampshire. I spoke with Scott Maslansky. He said right now the interest rate is 3.75 on a project like this, 3.75%. It may go down as the Fed cuts their rates. He also said if we can combine certain benefits that we have as a municipality, it may go down to 2.75%, which would significantly improve the numbers. They would only cover 80% of the project cost. So if it was a $350,000 project, the loan would be for $280,000. If you look at the payments on a 15-year, 3.75% loan, they're $24,400 a year, and we would be saving $22,000. So you're talking about $2,400 a year, or just over $200 a month, to own this array for the period of the loan. With the rebate coming in the second year, the term of the loan gets shortened from 15 to right around 9 years. So you're done with the loan after 9 years, and you just sit and save on your power bill to the tune of $22,000. That's assuming no inflation in power rates. That's assuming no increases in power rates. So the situation may in fact be better. Those are the conservative assumptions. If you have any questions about this, I think this could certainly work and may actually be conservative, especially if we get 2.75% interest. Now you're offset between the savings and the financing costs is only $800 a year, and you might not even put your rebate to pay down the loan at that rate. You might use it for your general fund and be in the black from the second year. Yes?
Committee Member Murray, any comments?
No, I think Warden covered it all. Did a great job in putting this presentation together. You spent a lot of time on the financial aspect and the functional aspect of solar. Right. The math, you gotta follow the math.
Has Brian been involved? Does he aware of this? Does he have a copy of
From the
it?
jail, no, I don't think so.
You should, yeah, I mean, that's definitely a conversation that we ought to have.
Well,
As long as he's got power, he's happy.
especially for the location of things, for the location and that kind of thing.
Yeah. No, it's definitely crossed my mind. We need to, obviously, he's a stakeholder and we need to respect that.
But this is all hypothetical at this point.
Okay, we'll take it under advisement, thanks. Thank you for your time.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes,
may I ask a question?
of course you may.
You mentioned before about the prohibited equipment from foreign entities. Are you speaking to the Homeland Security prohibition of electronics from China?
It's not a prohibition. It applies to the federal incentives. So what it's basically saying is, you know, it's carving out certain countries' products from eligibility for federal incentives. There's no prohibition on equipment, and the guidance hasn't been issued yet. So what that's going to look like is really anybody's guess at this point. So there's a lot of uncertainty around, you know, is it going to include Chinese solar panels? If it does, that would be a pretty big deal. I mean, there are other, we make solar panels here in the US, so they're, you know, but then of course that supply chain gets pretty stressed if all of a sudden the Chinese panels were to be found ineligible. I mean, the news yesterday had, you know, looks like there's a rapprochement going on between China and the US over tariffs. So maybe China will not be included in the foreign entities of concern. But until they issue the actual guidance, it's anybody's guess.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, you.
I would just like to hear at some point, not today because he hasn't seen it, from Brian, more, I'm not so interested as much in the financial aspect, although I welcome his input in that, but the location
Right.
and just the general,
Yeah.
how would it work, would it work there, and that kind of a thing, because I think that's critical to me.
Okay, I will speak with him today and we'll set up a time to talk about this and things that would, you know,
Then
hear his concerns.
Can he get back to us at some point?
Right, yeah.
Thank you.
All right, thanks a lot.
Do you think an RFP is something that you could decide on in the next week or two? Is that,
Are you gonna write it?
that's, yeah, I mean,
We'll put it together.
Bob has more experience than I do on that, but I think we can put it together.
It would be a joint venture.
I don't wanna be out of line and asking that, but it's.
No, it's-
I-
I mean, from the look of it, it's a $22,000 savings a year, which is not, it's not super significant. So, I don't know, Carroll?
The Met Dish agreement, if we went with a full-time one, was about $50,000 a year off our electric bill, without infrastructure costs whatsoever.
The which?
The Met Dish one.
The one where we get the rebate from, or it's not a rebate, it's a, what was it?
Money.
It's just money.
I think that was, is that 50,000 a year? I don't.
49.
49,000.
There was two different levels.
I
The
see.
second level was between 40 and 50,000 a year.
I would say at this
I
point.
believe.
I would say at this point, I would not do an RFP just yet. We'll do a little more work on this.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Next, we have Hales
Wait a
Lake.
minute, we're like 10,000.
I don't know. That's what I want to ask. We will get back to you on this.
Okay, very good.
That could be off my numbers.
I don't know, I gotta go look at it. I don't remember off the top of my head what it was.
I don't even know your thing.
It was a half. Bob might remember this. Bob, do you remember what the number was on that money from, the total number?
What money?
Met Dish money.
Yeah,
No.
okay.
What word were you using, Matt Dish?
Met Dish.
Met Dish.
Oh, no, sorry, not Met Dish.
No, it's not meant to.
My mistake. I'm thinking somewhere else. Net metering, thank you.
Oh, okay, thank you.
My apologies.
I knew what you meant.
From that meter, I could also.
Met Dish's medical hospital bill, sorry.
The AI would say, what was that again?
What was that again?
Well, my brain was saying, I'm not quite sure.
All right, it's 8:59. We're going to recess to go into the Hales location select board meeting.
8:59.
Anita.
So we are, Mr. Chairman, we are waiting for folks from Hales to be here.
Oh, that's right. We won't go into Hales.
I don't know if you want to pass
We
that
will
over
move
for now.
past Hales and go into, we'll do approval of the, I guess we'll do approval of the meeting minutes for October 20th, 2025.
I have read them, I find them fascinating, I move we approve them.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We can do the manifests. Accounts payable for October 23rd, 2025, $1,063,727.82. Payroll for October 24th was $236,195.94. In the New Hampshire retirement system contribution was $252,106.25. Motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
What time are they going to be here, Brian?
9:30.
Did I see Justin here? Shall we move on to Justin?
Shall we?
Okay. He looks like he's all ready to go. He's all anxious.
Yeah.
Got a haircut, he looks good. Good morning, Justin.
Good morning. Thanks for having me. Do they have a copy of the budget?
Yep.
Okay,
Yes,
perfect.
we do.
Is there any concerning questions that you want to start with, or I just kind of go through?
No, just take us through it.
Okay,
I
so
have it here somewhere.
I guess we look at line item 0.007, which is salary, which also goes with the countywide contracts. As we know, John's contract ends in March.
Correct.
From my understanding, there hasn't been any talk about renewal between you and him, the contract between them and the county. If that does end, I'm asking for an increase to hire a help desk person to kind of pick up what we lose within John, to help maintain the network and staying compliant with the county. If you need to, I can go talk a little more specifically why, just depending on some of the reports we got.
Well, just for the sake of everybody watching. So that will leave you with yourself,
And Bobby.
Bobby, and a help desk person.
Yes. Yep. I think we put in an extra 65,000. We'll just see what we can get with that. I put it as kind of like the average around here. And trying to get someone up here is a little difficult, especially with IT, as we know. So just kind of a heads up on that, and that kind of trickles down through, Social Security, medical insurance, retirement, dental insurance.
Who estimated how much it's going to cost?
I talked to Linda.
Linda?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
We invested it together.
Yeah.
You think that'll cover it?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Because we're not looking for a high-end IT administrator or anything by that. Well, I just need someone to help handle the daily issues, and especially with John leaving, he did help the PDEs quite a bit, because with him gone, we still have to maintain all the MDTs, which are a lot of computers, and there's a lot of hours, random hours with that. So it'll just be I'll need the help to alleviate the burden, especially with the 24-hour system we have here.
So he was at what, 9,000 a year or something?
Yeah, 9,000
A month, rather.
Yeah,
So of that, you're going to use, you're using 60,000, 65,000 for the new person?
yeah, exactly. So the next line, besides the salary and all the benefits that come with it, is training countywide. So that's going to pay for our know before. It's what the state uses on training for all IT related or IT risks. It's one of the things that we're supposed to be doing is maintaining and educating all of people here on possible future risks. And they also do testing, so they'll test our systems, they'll test our people just to make sure we're all in compliance and everyone has the proper education to protect the network. licensing and software, so I'll be bringing in a lot of software. That's why it's increased from the original $39,077 to, we put it to 200 because I'm taking in software from all the other departments. So they'll all be handled and maintained by me. So we don't run into issues where if we have to upgrade a system, I have to go through multiple people. And this is just how IT should be maintaining the software within our county.
But the software charges were by department.
Were by department,
Just so
yeah.
everybody knows, it's not
Correct.
going from 39,000
No.
to 200.
No.
It's
Yeah.
going to be.
Consolidation.
Consolidation.
We consolidated everything into, all the IT into one line,
Correct.
the licensing itself.
Supplies and repairs will stay the same. Hopefully, we won't have any issues because we have upgraded all of our equipment. But laptops get damaged, printers break. Just want to
Something can't be used.
we just want to protect ourselves that we don't have any issues with people not being able to get their work done. Internet, telephone and internet are staying the same as well. That's like our ISP, our phone lines. Nothing should be changing there. Photocopiers, we're going to try to consolidate all photocopiers. I actually spoke to the owner of the Cumberland Porter office. He came by. We'd be nice to get everything on the same schedule. So it's all very federalized here, where everyone's kind of doing their own thing. I think we can save some money if we put it all under a single contract instead of each department having multiple contracts. After speaking to him, he seemed very positive that he'll be able to actually save us some money and provide better services, so we don't have like copiers down all the time because they're just old, nothing's been replaced. So that's why that is a new line. New equipment, I'm dropping it down from the 25 to 10 grand because we shouldn't need any new equipment. Yep.
What do you have, anything, what's that 10,000 for?
For the 10,000 is
Anything.
to be just in case I've missed anything.
Okay.
Because we are moving everything to a new system.
Right.
I'm still finding stuff
Okay, no, just.
every time. It'd be kind of like we needed something and we come across. We don't have that budgeted out.
Are we encumbering anything from this year?
My goal is to have everything done. My goal is to, I come make sure I'm confident. I'd be like, yeah, we don't need it.
Okay.
I'd be fine with that.
Okay.
And then line 98, contracted services, we changed it from countywide contracts just to contracted services. The naming made more sense, and as you can see, it drops from 121,000 to 50,000. Because I believe we have some other things coming out of there, and then just with him leaving, I just want to have a
Transition,
little
yeah.
transition, and then from the other contractor, Dave Wells, just to have him help, because there'll be some, very specific back end.
Dave helps us with projects, basically.
Yeah. Yeah, Dave is he's an expert in this field, which he does a very good job for us. So that would bring the budget from 536,000 to 157 to 729, $539, which is pretty much the increase of bringing all the photocopiers and the software into one consolidated department.
Right. Questions?
No?
Yeah, I think without all the other consolidations, I think I was able to lower any from last year or this year.
Super. Executive Director Siemens, anything?
No. Justin and I met for a couple hours and went through everything, so
Yep.
I was grateful for that, because now I have a better understanding of what's included in all of those lines, but.
Yeah, just trying to organize, consolidate, make it simpler. So,
Do you see 3 people going forward as being enough to run the,
yeah. If we have a strong 3 people, absolutely.
super?
Perfect.
While Justin is here,
Yes.
one of the things later on the agenda is approving the electronic records agreement.
Yeah, I saw that.
There was some questions about the securing of the data for the future, I guess is how I would say. Justin, can you explain what we're doing there with the new
Yeah, so
servers?
what we have multiple forms of backup. So what I'll do is I'll have a digital backup, so hard drives, where it can all be maintained, where people can access it. We can maintain the read and write so no one can write to it, or so only you can read to it. And then we'll have a secondary backup will be turned off, and we'll update it only once a month. So if something happens to, or someone does delete something, or something bad happens to that, we already have that image of all the recorded files. And then we also have a tape deck so we can do off-campus storage as well.
Okay, sounds like it's covered pretty well.
Yeah, no, I made sure that data retention
Good.
is top of the line here.
Mr. Chairman, may I ask a question?
You
It's
may.
very relevant, sorry to interrupt. The only question left would be, what about the ongoing costs for all the additional data that will be added year after year? I didn't see that in the contract.
Are you talking about the contract about the company?
Correct.
So I don't think we're going to be doing cloud storage with them. It'll be all maintained and storage by us. It's actually a lot cheaper that way too. And then we own all of our data, so there is no concerns of possibly someone, cloud companies get hacked all the time. It's all secure on ours. Like I said, it'll only be connected to our network, siloed up, and then we'll have a unit that's not connected to our network. And when we back up that live one, it'll be then disconnected again.
My concern was the, at least minimum, the keeping of the actual physical meeting minute paperwork. The law, I believe, states that the Municipal Records Committee can make the decision to keep certain documents hard copied. I didn't hear that being said, and I just worry that if we have everything local and something does happen and those records are lost, we've lost a whole historic record of all these the actions of this government. So I would just advise just to have the Municipal Records Committee put on record that they've decided not to keep the hard copy. And if they choose to keep it, then we should keep it secure, because nothing's perfect, especially now that I know it's being held here. Not to say the county has a bad track record, but I just don't want to see this history lost.
And just to alleviate some of that concern, that's also why we have the tape deck, and those can be held off facility. So just say something happens on facility, we do have like that redundancy and protection of having something off.
Yeah, but
And it's-
his points being his paper.
Yeah, I understand. I'm just making sure.
I'm not trying to be a doomsday, but if there's an EMP or something occurs, those computer systems are wiped and we lost everything. So just like the Register of Deeds, I don't believe the law allows her to do that. That's why everything's in paper. I just wish at minimum the paper documents are kept for minutes and actions. Everything else, you can make the argument either way, but the minutes I think are really important. But if you decide not to and it gets wiped, I'll just charge the county $1 million to use my information and I'll sell it to you.
And negotiable?
Yes.
And I'll charge $1 million to retranscribe 20 years worth of stuff. Deal.
Is your information being wiped out in EMP too?
No,
I do agree that meeting minutes and annual reports, that we should keep the hard copies in perpetuity and not give those up.
Well, we will.
Those two specific things.
and if that's a fact, you should actually have the Municipal Records Committee make that decision in writing that they're going to allow that, just so we have that, if they didn't already do that. Thank you for
Right, yeah,
taking my
thank you.
question.
You're welcome. Always good to have input. Question? Nope. Good? Okay.
Fred, it's not normal question time.
Thank you, Justin.
I won't allow Fred one question.
Oh, my
Can we have an update from,
Oh, about
he's not often here, but
Yeah.
I'd like to have an update on the...
Unfortunately, I don't have an update right now. I hate doing this because I'm with you guys. I don't like it as well. I just been focusing on the main project right now. Hopefully, I can get something. I'll put it on like a high priority this week because I know the commissioners also want it done ASAP.
that laptop and that phone from the former commissioner should be able to, that's part of the records that should be kept.
we do have the phone.
We'll get to it.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
We will.
Justin?
Yes.
I have my thing with me. Can I get together with you after the meeting?
Absolutely.
I guess. I don't know what time that'll be.
Thank you, Justin.
Sooner than later.
Okay.
Thank you.
Where were we?
We were,
We were on the agenda.
yeah, going right
We're
through it.
moving right along here.
We do have a couple minutes before Hales, if you wanted to approve the 2 RFPs that the nursing home administrator put together
Sure.
for the resident beds and the rehab equipment.
Somebody else make a motion this time.
Motion to approve.
Oh, second.
No,
Oh, I need the motion.
yes, Harold's taking a break.
He's taking a break.
He's taking a break from motions.
Yeah, with or without
Yeah,
pay.
he-
So I'll move, yes, and if it's okay with Harold, I'll move it.
That's great.
Move them both at
Second,
once, we do them
yeah.
both together?
Seconded by Harold, all in favor, aye.
That'd be my morning.
The other thing I had is the approval of the records force agreement, which is what we were just talking about.
And we've done this, but we've been talking about this.
Yeah,
And
so,
we had, the delegation approved the money.
yeah, so you approved the project, the delegation approved the funding. I just need you to agree to I didn't put the latest copy of the agreement in your packet. I had sent it to you a couple weeks ago, and then we held it to get
I
answers
thought I
to
saw it for some reason, okay.
the questions about security.
You sent it electronically?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So who's gonna make that motion, Harold?
I'll make that one just to,
I'll second it.
I'll be safe. I'll do that one.
This is, take us through that, is, again, Melissa, we've done this before, but, and I have it here.
Yep, so the electronic records project, that's 5 years worth of going through file cabinets and drawers and organizing and boxing, and now we're ready to have it all what we have left, all scanned in and indexed, so it's easier to find things also.
In the
Not only
company.
retaining, but making it more efficient when someone goes looking for a document, that we have a structured indexing system that we can just go in and grab what we need, and
And yet we can't open a laptop.
And the name of the company is Records Force.
Records Force, they're based in Portsmouth. They've been in this business for about 25 years, and they do a lot of this type of work for state agencies as well as other municipalities in New Hampshire.
So I have a motion, I have a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. I sent the budget versus actuals to you guys.
I noticed
and
it.
You have them in your packet as well. I'm noticing that some things we'll probably have to bring forward for line item transfers on the 17th of November when you meet again. So that's just a
There
heads
were
up,
only-
we're watching a few lines.
There were only a couple, yeah.
I'm still trying to figure out how to handle, short-term disability was under budgeted across the board.
Across the
so
board, yeah.
I'm thinking just to do one adjustment, and just have to figure out where it comes from and how we pull that off, so.
Befuddled by Conway's letter.
In your packet, there's a letter, a proposed policy regarding hunting on county property.
I didn't see that.
I didn't either.
Did not see that.
We're not
Hopefully-
banning it, correct?
Hopefully it printed.
I don't want Dallas to come flying
I
out
don't
of
want
the
to
sea.
speak out of turn. It's not in there.
I don't think so.
Don't remember seeing that.
Hey Justin, can I print it?
This is me, or is this weird that we used to see fishing to do motor vehicle registrations? That's the problem with that. It's kind of like the last 20 years of DMV expenses were.
Yeah, you're right. Sorry. It was in your email, I didn't print a copy.
All right, so do we have to do it today? or-
No, I mean,
Oh,
well,
hunt season's gonna be over by the time it
hunting
goes.
season's happening, so Justin's trying to
Can I just ask a
see
question?
if we can print it.
What prompted this? We've never had a policy, or?
So I was at a department head meeting, and one of the department heads, who shall not be named, said, is it okay for people to be walking around my building with guns? And that alarmed dispatch, and they sent someone over, and it turned out that it was someone who had permission to be hunting birds on, geese. But you could see them from the window of the building, so.
Permission from who?
Traditionally, I think hunters just ask
Who do you think?
DPW or the farm manager if they can hunt on the property, and it's always been allowed, it's never been an issue.
Clarification.
The problem that we had is the break in communication. So the policy proposes that the DPW's director still retains the ability to give the permission, but dispatch needs to be notified, the jail, and the nursing home. And it's just a reminder that hunting per RSA is not allowed within 300 feet of occupied buildings. That's essentially what the policy is.
Basically, they're your rules,
That's
Mr.
state
Commissioner.
That's state law.
Yeah.
And it puts in place that chain of notification, so we make sure that everybody on the campus is aware that people are going to be hunting. So we don't get the alarmed, why are there people with guns outside my building right now? So that was the
Because
purpose.
they've got a right to.
They-
No one's arguing they're right, but the problem is if you don't know about it, you got people with guns outside your building.
Well, yes.
They can be alarming to visitors in the
So I guess
nursing
we're not
home.
really changing anything.
No, we're still allowing hunting, we're just changing the chain of notification so that we make sure that we're all in the loop that people are going to be hunting, especially dispatch. So when someone calls, they have an answer,
Didn't have an answer for me when I called them.
so. I can print, click, click. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, it has to be said that the law prohibits you from controlling firearms and possession of. You can enforce the 300-foot rule, but you can't enforce somebody carrying a gun. So I just don't stray into telling people they can't carry a
I
gun
think
somewhere
it's
on
more
campus.
important to realize we have people around buildings with guns that someone might not know about. In this day and age, it's better just to have somebody be informed.
Okay, I'm just talking about enforcement. I think I made my point. Thank you.
I think they need to go clean out the deer herds in the woods, but besides that, we're good. You're gonna get Dallas.
Superintendent.
It's a concern for the emergency response of my staff when someone is walking outside the windows of my jail with a gun. Again, everyone has a right to do it, but we need to know that there's hunters
Correct.
30 feet from our building, so we don't get armed and take it as a threat.
Right.
He named himself, I didn't have to.
All hail the king.
Mr. Chairman, isn't there a security space in between the jail in the law stating that you can't do certain things? Like I can't fly a drone over the jail. So isn't there a security perimeter around all jails for that very thing?
I don't have the answer to that. Perhaps
Brian shaking
Superintendent
his
King
head
can
no.
Not
tell
that
us
I'm
that.
aware of, but I don't know everything, so. If someone can find an RSA, I'd love to know it, because that's even more ammunition, so to speak, to keep people away from the jail with guns.
Right.
I mean, I can't film anywhere. I can't film the jail, so nobody should be walking the perimeter of a jail. So I thought there
You would
was
think.
an area there. That's all.
You would
Maybe you
think.
can by policy create an area so they're not walking right on the fence, because you want to stop people from throwing contraband into the
Right.
yard. So there should be an area of that jail that no one should be really there unless they're authorized. For instance, you could put an authorized only in a certain zone around the jail, and I think you could probably create that policy yourself. Thank you for taking my million questions.
We'll revisit that and look at the policy a little bit closer.
We'll see what the state does.
If we get it printed.
He's not doing wonders for his budget request right now.
Don't be picking on Josh.
He can't get a laptop.
It's almost 9:30, but the only other thing I had on my list was that you have the draft copy of the capital improvement plan.
A quite extensive.
And I
copy
just
of
want to
the
acknowledge all of the department heads and staff here who helped put all the details together to be able to have our first capital improvement plan. So
I'll talk to him.
that's it. So draft, and I'm hoping that the commissioners will be ready to adopt it on November 17th at your next meeting ahead of
Piling
budget
things
season.
on for the 17th. That's what you're piling things on for the 17th.
It's a big day. I'll bring sandwiches or something. Okay.
What I would like to see is a breakdown by year for each department of how much money we're putting in reserve. Because it looks like you have the total prices, but not how much we have to put away per year.
So in the spreadsheet, if it says 2026, that represents how much we are requesting that you raise in 2026. And then there's a capital reserve section, there's only 5 things that we're saving for. We can talk more about it,
Yeah,
just got it.
I would like to see a little bit more.
I sent it out to all the
Sheet.
department heads, have them take a look at it and give their feedback, so. Okay.
So we will look at that further.
Thanks, Justin.
Biggest, best command decision.
Yes, we will look at that further and revisit it at a future meeting.
This one is a draft letter here. I thought.
Big draft, because it's
It's
a
not
draft.
stapled, sorry. This is the hunting. 3 pages.
Perfect, I'll get these.
It's just big type.
Well,
I'd almost rather have a report from the sheriff's office.
yeah, we gotta think about this. Unfortunately, it's hunting season. Is there any reason we would adopt this now and then draft and
Yeah.
then adjust it as we go? Or?
No, I wouldn't adopt this now with the current report either. Because I don't have any faith the information will get to us, them, or anywhere else.
What's that, Harold?
I don't like who their initial first line reporter is. I
Yeah.
almost want to go to the sheriff's department to check in.
Yeah.
Unless you want to amend it as we speak.
Which line?
I don't want the DPW director being the first contact when it comes to hunting.
Why not?
Because the DPW director sometimes is here, sometimes he's not here. And
What's
anything
that?
after that, I want to go into non-public. So,
Given that it's hunting season, do we want to do this or not want to do this?
not the way it's written.
Okay.
I mean,
It's okay with me.
the bulk of everything else is fine.
And the only thing I would say to the who gets notified question is there is no one other than, who knows the county land better than the folks that work in the DPW.
It doesn't do it for me.
I'm okay with it. But the other thing I would suggest that we do in the future is work with the jail and get an actual distance to put in that policy. I don't know what that is, if it's
Yeah,
500 feet, 1,000 feet, half a mile, I don't.
Right now, it just says 300 feet from an
Well,
occupied
yeah,
structure,
yeah,
but
state
but
law.
I'm not sure,
300 feet still.
I'm not sure that's enough. I don't know if, but anyway, the jail should weigh in on that, but that's for a future thing, because hunt season is coming up.
yeah, that's why I just kind of rushed it a little bit.
I would suggest we adopt this and then adjust anything we want to change.
You want to make that motion?
I'll move that we adopt this policy as written for the time being, yeah.
I'll second that only because of the time constraint and the fact that we're in the middle of the hunting season. At least it gives us a policy that's on record, and we can adjust it as we go forward. I
Right.
kind of agree with Harold, but since we need to talk about who we, if we don't use a DPW director, who do we use? So I have a motion, I have a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
Yeah,
No. We have 2 yeas and 1 nay.
So do you have a you don't have one to sign
I
yet.
could get a clean copy for you to sign before you leave today.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Where did I see that? I guess I didn't, it wasn't on the agenda. It's almost 9:30. So, are we ready for Hale's location?
I see one person from here.
One person, he's good on his way. I can
Okay, so
start.
we're not ready for Hale's location.
Oh, we got an incoming through the door.
I'm not sure who's on the Zoom.
Oh, we got number 2 from Hales.
Yeah, we're good.
We're good.
We have number 3 from Hales. Who's on the Zoom?
Isn't,
I don't know who that is.
I don't-
isn't,
Oh,
Oh,
there's
there
Denise.
she is right there.
There's Denise. Hi Denise, good morning.
I don't know if you can hear me.
We
We can
can.
hear you, yep.
Oh, she was supposed to.
Okay,
Great.
I guess
good
not.
morning.
Morning.
I guess not.
I thought she was going to be here.
She is.
Jim, do you want us here, do you want us to go to the table?
Yeah, you can come down.
We probably have a couple of questions.
Yeah.
We'll try and answer them.
We have the Hales location proposed budget also in your
Just
packet.
tell them
Looks
that's
like
on the table.
That's,
this. Okay. Do you have a copy?
Yeah, we saw it, but thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning.
good morning.
How are you?
Good morning.
Yes.
When it's time, you want to start.
You get my stuff.
And if you're going to speak, just state your name, please.
I will,
before you-
yeah.
Thank you.
Want me to go?
Yeah, go ahead.
So I'm Peter Carroll, the current treasurer for Hales Location Owners Association, and just for the record, Ron Sparks is the president of Hales Location Owners Association. So I don't know if you're gonna be able to answer these, but we got, since my background is in municipal and, according to the DOE 25 that myself and a friend of mine did, technically it showed the Hales account a negative 84,000. I'm gonna guess that somebody's tuition was posted in June and not July.
Okay. I don't
So, yes.
have answers on the fly for you.
Right.
So I probably just wanna get somebody to get back to us and just verify. My guess it's Conway, but I don't wanna,
Probably is, yeah.
I'm assuming that the Hales location financials are in a separate fund off the county budget.
Correct.
Right. Okay. And then, the other question that we're gonna talk to you about, I'm sure you know, is what we're planning to do as far as the election at Hales. And the big concern we have is, how do we say this? This whole table, these 3 tables, are the area of Hales location. The owners association are just this, just like a carve out of the area of Hales. Like, we only occupy a third, or so to speak, of what's the area of Hales
Oh, total
location.
Hale's location.
Yeah, this is actually a
Yes.
map. Hi, I'm Ron Sparks, by the way. That's actually a map of Hales. So this is all of Hales. This is Hales Location Owners Association, so we own about right around 5 miles of roadway that makes up the Owners Association. So we don't represent all of Hales. The reality is there's like 4 lots within Hales Location, the town that are not part of Hales Location Owners Association.
So the concern we have, number one, is, I'm not gonna use Gene Chandler, because I know him as a friend. But he buys one of those 4 lots. If we're doing the election, we're not gonna contact him, he's not gonna come to us, so where does he go and vote? So it's not like Londonderry or Bartlett or Conway, where everybody in Bartlett knows to go, is represented and goes to town hall, whatever the vote. If we're doing it, we're just gonna do Hales location, owners association, and I don't know where the other people are gonna go. The other thing is, we're not really set up for it. I'm not even sure, the only place that he and I have kind of talked about of doing an election, I understand it's only about 100 people, but still 100 people, is in a maintenance shed where there's oil and grease and whatever.
Yeah, it's got far, basically it's all the golf course equipment
Right.
is in there. So it's not the kind of place you want to have people flowing in and out of.
I've been in worse.
Full of chemicals. But, again, and the other problem we're trying to rack our brains with is that we have no municipal authority at all. We're just a private corporation. And that's, we represent the board of that private corporation. So it's not like, so you basically would have to do something separate from the owners association board in order to set it up. It would be outside of our purview. So it's a struggle for us.
Yeah, I mean, we were kind of like, again, using my knowledge of town and school, whatever. Something like the county would have to have a part-time town clerk. And he or she would then end up running, if you will, the election process. My other idea was, okay, and Mr. Chandler was gonna yell at me.
I won't, I promise.
Is we have, and a couple of people have brought this up. We've been to Bartlett for the last few years for election when the state redistricted. And they left the motor vehicle revenue or process, whatever word they want to use,
Conway.
in Conway. What if we moved the motor vehicle revenue, $10,000 in process, to Bartlett? Does that?
That would, I think that would certainly make a difference. I can't speak.
No, I understand.
But that would certainly help with the decision making. I think that was, and I need to say something right now, because I don't know if I have a conflict of interest here that I shouldn't be talking about.
You
It's an
actually do have a
interesting
conflict there.
position.
Yeah, you do.
Okay, so I'll talk to the chair.
No, so I just was sitting here thinking about this, because I had another one that I've talked to Melissa about on another subject, but this came up that where I'm a selectman in Bartlett.
I know that.
Selectman for here,
I got it.
this one I didn't, I guess I don't, I guess this just
don't know anyone
came,
else.
this one just came with a job or something.
I don't know
So-
anybody else that's
So why are
selectman
we,
of two
so
places.
we're not gonna do, Bartlett doesn't wanna do it this year? Is that
That's the case.
Is that why
yes.
Right.
is that the problem?
And to be honest, and I mean, I hate that, because I would lie to you. We're trying to make this issue as simple for everybody as we possibly can. I mean, money's money, we get it, but we're trying to make this as simple.
Right.
Well, in
Yes,
every
we
other
can.
town, in
So-
most towns, it's the town clerk
Right.
runs the election.
Correct, but we're not a town, and we're not a town clerk. So, my point,
So what does the state say in that case?
well, the state right now, the new law is that, in so many words, right? Unincorporated areas that have 100 or more registered voters are on their own for elections.
But the state, Secretary of State has the authority
To-
to appoint somebody if there's no one there that can do it. The fact of the matter is we're the only unincorporated area in all of New Hampshire that has more than 100 registered voters. We're
Somebody's
it.
gotta move.
We're it.
We got more than one.
Yeah, that's
We got
the-
more
that's
than a
the other
couple.
problem.
Somebody's gotta move.
We numbered them up, it's like 125.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
So I can't talk to, you're right, I shouldn't talk to you.
Well, no,
So-
I'm just bringing that up.
He's still a commissioner.
So it's-
Right, so my thing was, if, and I understand, it costs Bartlett money and all, but there's no reason why we couldn't move motor vehicles to Bartlett also, and if that's enough of a, I'm gonna use the phrase, incentive to keep everything the way it is, we don't have a problem, right?
No.
Who makes the decision where the motor vehicle
Well,
money
that,
goes?
if I don't know what I'm supposed to say,
I'm not
not say.
Well, can I answer that question?
I didn't declare an interest in conflict yet, so I'll
Right.
speak on it.
So, I'm sorry, 'cause I wanna
Yeah,
answer this
that was-
question.
So what happened, the Secretary of State, Conway didn't want to do it anymore. So the Secretary of State, well, okay, Bartlett, you're gonna do it. But the elections, but they left all
All
the
the money.
money part of it with Conway, and we
That was nice.
take
That's my
great
point.
offense to that, I'm
That's,
sorry.
that's what I'm getting,
Yeah,
I
so we
understand that.
sent
So the
a letter-
Secretary of State has to decide, has to allow the money for
Well-
motor vehicles to go to,
Well, or right now, we just said, we're not gonna do it anymore. We
Right.
told him, we're out. We're
So
not
to answer
playing.
your question, Mr. Chairman, the way I understand it is the local piece of, when you register a car, comes to Hales as part of the whole property tax thing. But right now, I believe we give Conway, I think it's 98, so we'll just round it 10,000.
$7,500.
I thought the new proposal was 98.
No, 7,500.
It said 98 in my thing.
Right, it says the new one's 98.
I'm looking at the one Denise gave me, maybe it's
So,
the right one.
so we then give, right now, we give Conway it's kind of like a contract for services. So that money, what I'm saying is, if it helps Bartlett make a decision, gives them some money, simplifies this process for everybody, we're in, so to speak.
so the voters of, who would have, the select board, the voters of Bartlett would have to, who?
Well, the town clerk would have to agree, we wouldn't do it if she didn't agree. The selectman, I guess, technically the Secretary of State thinks he has the authority to do it. We don't agree with that, and that's what we've said. But anyway, that's another issue. But if the town clerk wanted to do it, or was okay with it, then we said, okay, I guess that would simplify everything. So,
Okay, we're trying to make this as simple as we can, and to move the contract for motor vehicles from Conway to Bartlett, to us is,
Seems pretty simple,
yes.
yeah.
nothing.
If that doesn't happen,
Separate, simple.
we go back to, we don't have the ability or
I guess we have to
couldn't
go back to
even-
the Secretary of
Yeah,
State.
we couldn't even hold elections for something like
I-
this. We have no way of
Well,
doing
the
it.
first thing, I will find out whether Bartlett is
He's willing
interested
to
in
do
that
it.
Yes,
procedure.
That would be
We'll let you know, Peter, and I'll let Melissa know, and then we'll go from there.
okay.
We're sorry, but it just didn't seem fair. I mean,
And that's why I said to him, we talk all the time, I said, listen, they probably think they're not getting anything for this, so, in the words of, a special, a movie, Devil's Advocate, are we negotiating? Always. So, if that helps,
yeah.
then we're good. We have no trouble going to Bartlett for motor vehicles, it's probably just as far as Conway, and if it makes things simple in the whole picture, we're in.
And I will, I don't wanna
Yep.
sound like, and they helped with the voter, they provided people to work at the polls
Yeah.
and things, so it wasn't like. But anyway, so
when-
we'll find out.
When is the next elections next year?
Next year.
Next
Next
time.
year, so we have time.
So we've got a little bit of time, okay.
And you have a visit from the Secretary of State to deal with too, right?
So the Secretary of State's office is currently trying to put together a meeting to go to Hales to meet with the Bartlett, to meet with the residents of Hales, not the association, but the residents of Hales, because they have to cover all of them, and inviting the Bartlett Selectmen and the Carroll County Commissioners. That date hasn't been set. He's aware that we'd like to set the Hales budget by November 17th. The list is getting long. So whether they can have a meeting in the meantime. Would it be better if the selectmen of Hales voted to send a letter to the selectmen of Bartlett and the town clerk asking them if they're open to this agreement? And if you'd like to send a letter to them, then Gene could recuse himself from that vote. Make it a little cleaner.
He may not be the only one recusing himself.
Oh. Uh-oh. Okay.
I can find out the answer. I won't vote, but I can get the answer without letters going back and forth.
Okay,
Yeah, I think that would be,
just get the answer first, see if we're on the right
yeah,
track.
that
Okay.
would seem to be
Right,
the easier way
okay.
to.
Yeah, okay, we got that. The other question, I haven't talked to him about this, so I may get,
It's okay, he always has something off the top
I
of his
know.
head.
it seems to me, right, Conway or Bartlett, Londonderry, kid moves in the middle of the year, he or she just shows up, goes to class, whether it's elementary, there's no money involved, so to speak. Here, right, we pay, a buck a kid, I'm being,
Whatever it is.
a buck a kid. So if I show up and I got one kid, and then I show up in January, and that's half the year, we're on the hook for a half a year tuition, which we don't know about today, so somehow it gets paid. Well, I'm not even sure how it gets paid. So my question would be, wouldn't it make sense, and I don't even know who does this, to keep like 25,000 surplus, so that when a kid does come in, we got some money to cover it. Now, it may not be exactly enough, let's say if Freiburg, I'm just making up numbers, is 27, but at least we got 90% of the tuition covered, and we don't have to run into a deficit or have Carroll County cash flow the year. There should be like 25,000, so if a kid comes in, that money's available, the tuition's paid or whatever it is, and we move on.
We used to do something like that, I thought, at one time.
You'd have to put that in the school budget, correct?
Yeah.
Right.
It would go in this budget.
Right.
Okay.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Somebody moves into Londonderry,
No, I get it.
nothing happens, so
Oh,
to
yeah,
speak.
right.
Right,
Right.
or Bartlett, nothing happens. But we're on the hook for,
Right.
number of days in Conway or Freiburg.
So you want to revise that budget?
Yeah, and I can look back at the
Right.
prior budgets, see if.
I know there was a reserve set up at one time. I'm not sure if it was education or not.
Okay.
We will look
Research
take a look
that,
at that.
What else you have?
I mean, as far as the budget is concerned, it's reasonable. It's not a big deal. It's all voting and students. I mean, that's basically it. So I don't have any other questions, Peter.
Yeah, no, I think the election thing, we get an answer.
We'll work, yeah.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
there's-
I was aware of the issue, I just don't know.
And you do
How to
have
fix it,
$8,600 in this budget for 26 for
Yeah.
elections.
Right, if Bartlett doesn't want to do it, then it comes down to who, and we would say, it comes down to the county having a staff person, again, we would get our people to help with the assistants, all of that, but someone's gonna have to,
But we don't run an election either.
Yeah, so again, you're back to the Secretary of State. The
Yeah,
issue
it's
the
all
Secretary of
about-
State's gonna have is,
And I'm not, we said we don't want to do it, but I'll admit, we didn't go check any laws anyplace. The Secretary of State may well have the authority to order us to do it, and then if we don't.
I think
that's-
this,
in the new bill, there's a carve-out.
Well, that's the new bill, but I'm talking about under the old.
But even in the new bill, there's a carve-out that
Yeah,
says you
right,
can
that's the
sign
new
it.
bill,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah,
And-
and that's,
before we make
I mean, he wants to meet with Hales location residents, and we actually don't have a place to meet.
Right.
I did make them aware the only meeting room is at the hotel.
That's
Right.
the only
He'd have to
which
possibility.
we'd have to like ask their permission.
Yeah, which
But it's
they'll
private
have to do
property.
that. Yeah,
They can meet,
exactly.
they can meet in Bartlett. if
They can
they
meet at
want.
the Bartlett Town Hall? Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, that's the obvious place for them to go.
yeah.
But anyway, that's up to them, and we'll figure it out.
All right,
I'll
we'll
get an
work on
answer.
that, we'll do a little more work on it, we got a little bit of time, yeah, we'll do some work on this.
And that's it. I mean, one last, we just want to be, so he just wants to be clear. So, part of the budget, right, is the allocation of what would be a municipal government, correct? And then the county tax is the normal county tax.
Right.
Calculated for, well, not Londonderry, but the same idea of the county tax, the operation of the government is spread over the.
Right.
Right,
It's a-
okay. No, we just want to make sure, so
A
somebody asks
portion,
us.
a portion based on your equalized
Yes,
value.
Right,
Same
we
as
just
a
want to make
town.
sure in case somebody asks us, we know what we're doing.
And the only question I have is, in the comparison that Denise did, I can't tell whether that number's going up or down. I mean, I'm assuming it's going up. There's no comparison to it. It's 94,150.
The amount that's owed to the county
Yeah.
is going up to, I don't have it right in front of me, it's 108,000. something. 108,
So,
So the comparison to the 94, 150 is 108?
yeah, I
Oh.
can get you an exact number.
Gotcha. Okay.
Didn't have it
and,
open.
can I get a printout of the students that are being tuitioned?
I would have that
I was
information,
gonna say, Denise.
Peter.
You have it? You have the names of the kids and where they're going?
I do.
Okay.
Okay.
Just, people have already asked me, because if you look at it, we're going up, we're almost doubling. And so you know, I don't care what town you're in, someone's gonna say, I wanna know why. I mean, we're going from 100 to 175.
Wow.
That's because we're picking up 4
I
students.
get it,
Yeah.
but, the good thing is, the state law about a negative ed CAC probably doesn't come into play this year.
So it appears.
Can't open it, sorry.
170, can you hear me?
Yeah?
Yep.
The 170-something includes a half a year that I hadn't planned on for the 25-26 budget.
There's your
So-
question.
So
There's your
I
question.
added that into the 26-27 budget to bring it up to 170, whatever it is. There was those 3 new kids that went to Freiburg that I did not know about that had moved in before the school year began.
Okay. Can I don't need it today, Denise, just sometime sending me a detail sheet, or both of us, that makes up to 175, whatever the number is.
Hales County Tax, 108, 926.
Perfect, thank you.
No.
Other than that, Mr. Chairman, we done? We good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you very much for your time.
We'll work on it.
So, I mean, it should come from, right, the chair, that Bartlett has at least wants to probably bring us in.
Well, we're the select, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, probably bring us in and, talk to them, with an official meeting, but, and, I don't know, I may send an email to the Secretary of State's office, because you guys can, saying that we met with you people, we made this proposal, there's gonna be some checking, so those, if we do it, there's no reason sending the whole crew down for nothing.
Okey-dokey.
Okay,
Thank you for your time.
thanks for coming down.
Thanks for coming down.
Thank you, Denise.
I didn't have a choice,
Thank
you
you.
told me to come down.
Have a good day.
You too.
Thank you, everybody. Thanks for your time. Have a great day.
So why don't you show a county tax on this year's budget? It shows county tax 108,900.
That is the county tax, yep.
So what was it last year?
Good job.
So that needs to be added, it was 94-ish. Sorry, I don't have that.
Because it shows here you're going from 167 to 283, but that can't be right, because there's no county tax. So,
Right, so I think this came from Hales. The total expense is 167 without the tax. It's going up to 174 without the tax.
okay, let's try and figure out what, okay, I got it now.
Make a
Yes.
cleaner.
Can we ask someone about this conflict of interest thing? I'm concerned about that.
I'll do it when I get to Concord today.
Yeah. Thank you.
Commissioner Parker will think about
I'll just walk downstairs and say, hey.
What about the one that I talked to you about?
Can we, when we come back in the commissioners meeting, can you bring that up? Do you mind?
Yep.
Okay.
You're just full of conflict.
Well,
He's done lots of things.
it. All right, let's start from the beginning here.
All right.
We need to approve the minutes of, October 20th, 2025, which are very short. Anybody have any problem with those?
no, I think I'm okay with that.
You sure? I move.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
right, then we have a check for motor vehicle fees from the Hales location motor vehicle collection money to the town of Conway. This is the money we were just talking about, or some of it, in the amount of $2,196.50.
So moved, because Gene won't do it.
Do I have a second?
Yeah, sure.
All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Date is the 27th.
Today's the 27th.
All right, and the next thing on there was the contract approval with the town of Conway for vehicle registrations, and I'm just suggesting that we
We
hold off.
not do that yet?
I have
I would
questions
agree
on
with,
that one.
I would agree with that.
Okay,
Even without what's going on, I have questions on that one.
okay.
And then we have the MS1, correct?
Yes. You all have a packet, in your packet, the Hales location MS1. And if you approve it, I just need one of those signed, please. So that comes from the assessing firm?
That would be Whitney Consulting, correct?
Yes. Yep.
So they gave it their stamp of
They
approval.
gave it their stamp of approval.
Want me to start signing on this side?
Yeah, sure. All in favor?
Aye.
Well, yeah, okay.
So moved, we accept the M1.
So moved, second. All in favor, aye. Harold's got the one we're gonna sign. That appears to be all of our Hales location activity for this week, correct?
Yes, would you put those back in the yellow folder? And then the MS1 also when it's done? Thanks. So I'll lose track of it. I think that's all the Hales, yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. It appears all we have is employee longevity recognition.
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 Are we out of Hales?
Yes, we're out of Hales and returning to our regular meeting at
9:56.
whatever time it is.
9:56.
9:56 it is.
I called Melissa because it's another one of these conflict of interest things. It struck me the other day when I was reviewing the nonprofit, so to speak, requests and everything. The extension service of which you happily appointed me to be the
That's correct.
commissioner's
And you
representative.
gracefully accepted.
I did, and I look forward to it with eager anticipation. However, I think I might have a problem. My son owns the building they operate in. They rent from him.
No problem for me.
And so we approve their budget, which in essence proves him getting money. So I throw that out there. It's a concern, I think, so a legitimate one. I'm not just trying to get out of being the representative because I don't mind it. But anyway, I think it needs to be answered by somebody.
Commissioner Parker?
I think it's a perfect job for you.
I don't think it is.
I move that it's a perfect job for you.
If necessary, I could do that.
Gene, second my motion.
Second?
All in favor?
All in favor?
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's how fast government can move.
Thank you.
Anybody that's considering this job.
I'm sorry, I didn't even think of it when it happened.
Okey doke, I only wanted you to do it because you were
Yeah, no, it was up there. That's
close.
right. Yeah, no. and
That's okay, it's a nice drive.
I've been
It's more
involved,
mileage for you,
It's a
like
nice-
on a weekly basis.
I've been involved with extension service off and on for years.
Any more good news?
No,
Okay,
that's
any more
enough.
good news? Nope. Okay. Longevity recognition. Director Matchett, good morning.
Good morning.
It's still morning, isn't it? It seems like it should be afternoon.
I know. So today we are recognizing one of our charge nurses that works at Mountain View Community, Carroll has 25 years of service with us, which is always exciting to see such long-term employment. She is an overnight, which is why she has not joined us. She works the third shift, and today actually she's already bugged out for the day. She was Sunday into Monday, but I did want to publicly recognize her. We'll be giving her her pin and certificate later this week. So.
And I'm sure I speak for the other commissioners that we appreciate her 25 years of service. And we couldn't run the place without people like her, so.
Absolutely.
And to all the other people who work there, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next.
It appears that the only other thing is non-public, am I correct, Melissa?
Yeah, that's all I have.
And it appears we need non-public session under 91A:32A and C, which I should know by heart by now. A being public employee dismissal, promotion, compensation, or investigation, and C, reputation of any person other than member of this board or subdivision thereof.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
We get to try out the new.
Chandler.
Aye, Parker, and we get to try out the new rooms.
McGee, aye. And we will come out and have public comment and adjourn, as far as I know.
10 o'clock.
10 o'clock. Do we have to go? Yes, we do.
Do you want to push me down the hall?
No kidding. Not a bad idea, actually.
Very comfortable
That's what we
chair.
need, motorists. It's not a bad idea.
I could just see all
You
those
like that,
going.
don't you? You like that idea?
Get some hover rounds.
Yeah, Harold, that chair is bigger than.
No, I'll never be out of a job.
Fred, do you want to give us a preview of the questions you're about to ask us?
Give him a minute here.
You've heard them before.
He's heard him before. We've heard him before.
It's 10:35.
10:35, we'll wait for Commissioner Chandler to return.
Oh, that's right, he's on the phone.
He's on his way.
I see we lost Dallas. Sorry.
Yeah, he's out with the nicotine.
Oh, yeah, I see him.
Bob. I think Bob's got a golf cart.
Where did Bob get a golf cart?
Oh.
We have two.
Does it have the county seal on it?
Not yet.
Should.
Okay.
Property of Gene Chandler, who does not have a conflict with a golf cart.
All righty. Shouldn't be anything from the county because everybody's here. All right. Motion to come out of non-public and seal the
Reasons.
minutes. Seal the minutes. Under disclosure would have an adverse effect on the reputation of a person other than member of the public body.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Public comment. Fred King.
Yes, thank you for that warm introduction. I'd like to bring up the mails again. It's been brought to my attention last week. There was somebody from the courthouse that came over and got about 10 mails and had walked out with it. And of course, it caused a little bit of a stir with the employees of Mountain View. I know Commissioner Chandler had mentioned before that maybe we have a head count of how many mails are going out that are not being paid. As I've stated before, I have absolutely no problem with a spouse of a family member that's in there. I do not think that the taxpayers should be paying for extended or even paying for, bailiffs or sheriff's mails there. I don't think that that's proper, but I was told that about 10 mails went out over to the courthouse the other day, and a few people that were working at Mountain View brought it up again, and it's just a sore subject with them that, they would have to pay for a salad or a drink when
Almost sounds like
we're
jury
allowing.
duty.
never go out, so.
We will investigate that.
Because
You
it sounds like
Can
jury
I ask
duty
a
almost.
question?
You may.
So these were meals, not just a
They,
coffee?
from what I was told, the males had actually made one trip out to the car, came back and got another set, brought it out to the car, but, you know,
Was it, well, Carroll made a good point.
I was wondering if it sounded like jury duty, but did we know that they weren't paid for?
they weren't paid for it,
Okay.
we know that. And supposedly it was brought up, you know, and they said, well, that's the policy. Well, you know, I think you can change the policy, and if we have to do males for jury duty, you know, I don't
Can we find
know.
out about that?
Yeah, we can ask the question.
Yeah.
I
I'm just
don't-
guessing, but I'm saying.
Yeah, right, and I don't know if we have to supply meals for them. You know, if they do, they do.
I don't know the answer to that either.
Yeah,
Okay, thank you.
thank you.
I'd like to note that we
Yes,
still have a
Dal.
live wasp in here.
Dallas Emery. I just had a couple questions. Have you done any checking into UNH doing the forestry as far as the RFP?
Probably
do
not
have a
based on the
forestry.
fact that we've been doing budgets, but I
I
don't,
haven't.
it's been real busy because of budgets.
Okay, I was just wondering because
It's my fault, the slowdown's my fault right now, so don't.
Okay, I was just asking, you know, because I don't want it to get forgotten about. Along with, I did ask about your cash policy, if you were gonna go back to cash, using
Oh,
cash
God, you
over
did,
at the
didn't you?
cafeteria over there as well. And I'm not sure why people are worried about hunters back here. People have been hunting here forever.
It's not.
It's not the
And
hunters.
it's not the hunters,
It's not
it's
the
close to the buildings.
It's
where-
setting off everybody when they see people run around with guns.
near the
Well, it's
building.
surprising because, you know, 300 feet is the law. I mean, so I'm really surprised that
But
people
they
are having
literally
a
are
problem.
walking right outside the jail, less than 300 feet.
People can walk right up, I can walk right down the
I'm
street
not
right out
having
in front.
hunters and guns near jails and
I can
prisoners
walk out
outside.
front of the building
I don't
without
care.
being a hunter and still
I
have
don't
a gun
care.
on me. That's
We're not
not,
banning
that's not
hunting. We're
an
making-
issue.
No, we're not. We're not banning hunting.
I'm just wondering why all of a sudden it's become an issue.
Because it came up a
Somebody made it, somebody.
couple months ago.
Yeah, somebody made it.
Yeah, I know, but it's
Everybody's super sensitive to,
the United States, it's called the Second Amendment.
we're all familiar with it.
Okay, I just want to remind you of that, okay? All right.
Got it.
We have not banned a single thing anywhere.
Okay.
All right, having said that, anybody else?
Yeah, I just, thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
Ed Comeau, GovernmentOversite.com. I would just reference RSA Chapter 606, which is the county corrections, and the discussion about the security of the jail should be non-public, it should be with the jail superintendent, and there are things in the law, if you read through it, about how you can control the perimeter of that property, and you should follow the law to the letter. That would answer having people with firearms near it.
Which RSA is that?
606.
606, Chapter 606. So there is statutes
Some
there.
guidelines, okay.
Yes, but I would do that in non-public since it's security related.
Thank you. Seeing no other business before us, I will recess the meeting till the call of
Yourself.
maybe the chair if I'm back in 2 weeks, and maybe not.
You're going to be back in 2 weeks.
We'll see.
So it's 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
Right.
Hopefully in 3
3
weeks.
weeks.
Hopefully in 3 weeks I will be hobbling
November 17th.
When's your operation?
Thursday.
Oh, good luck with that.
Good luck.
Good luck. And, I'm sure it'll be fine.
It's gonna be great.
Only the good die young.
He's got to come back 30 years later.
Pity the poor nurses.
Only the good die young. I'm not in the hospital.
Hi, Karen
I'm not staying over.
I don't know, because you've been there for a while.
Yeah, I tell you, until you can get up and move, yeah. All right?
They'll ship you right out.
They'll ship me right out.
Mr. Chairman, did your chair feel any different when you came back from?
Did you switch the
damn
Yes, I got one of Yes, they changed
Well, the higher chair should be in.
No. You can have it. I wanted one that you can lean back in. You can't really lean back in that. Thank you. Whoever did that.
You know, who says this isn't fun? You know?
You probably
Finally, I
won't need your hip gun now.
I probably won't, you know, I may not be have to.
Cancel the operation.
Are you receiving gifts?
No, I'm not allowed to do that. Food, I'm receiving food, I just had a delivery.
Not from the nursing home.
Not from the
Over $20, you have to report it.
No, it's under 20.
You're very sweet.
Oh, thank God. I can recline again.
10:42.
Our work here is done.
You can have that chair. I like this.
Our work here is done.
Gene Chandler is leaving us in conflict.
Conflict. Now I gotta get a hold of Van Hamlin.